What it do? MoneOnDaBeat down here with the one and only Schoon to the Moon.
Yes, sir.
We're here in Black Liberty Studio, and you already know what we doing. So right here, this is the next track on our project that was Retro Soul, which was a project where we took you guys down memory lane with different nostalgic vibes from the 80s and 90s that brought back memories of the feel good. Because what we was doing, we was focusing on the feel good.
Feel good, bro.
So one of the most memorable tracks from the 90s that I remember was the Maxi Priest era. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And you know, I'm Caribbean. My father is Jamaican. My mother is Trinidad. And growing up, all I heard was Caribbean music. And this Maxi Priest and Shabba was like the time period when it was like, I think reggae music was just getting like on the dancehall kind of like, the dancehall merged with like singing and rapping, all that. It was just emerging. So this right here was like, we call this the Maxi Jump, but the name of the song is Lovin' Gets You High.
Your loving gets me high. You get me way up to the sky. Got me walking on cloud nine. Heaven's here and you're the one.
And this is how we came up with it. This track right here, it was easy because we only used probably like 7 or 6 sounds. But it had like a nice bounce, and the bop that this track has, it had that, it was like a specific type of bop that the 90s had when it came to like reggae that was crossing over. And it was kind of like a hip hop bop, but the bop had a reggae vibe to it. It's interesting. So I'm gonna play the beat. I'm gonna play how we did the beat. So the drum work was simple, and this is the typical drum work that early reggae hip hop beat would have that was in the 90s. So it was like, now if you got that was it. Now all we did was, so after you got that was that. Next, you had this sound right here. Let me see. And all you did was keep this going. This was like the snares that would act as highs, and it would just fill it in. You know what I'm saying? So it goes like this. Now that filled in the kick and the snare, and when you brought that in and you played it with everything, this was it. You know what I'm saying? Next, you just brought in the hi-hat, and the hi-hat was simple. Where's the highs? Let me see. That's all you did with the hi-hat, and when you brought that in, that thing cranked. So the hi-hat, let me lay the hi-hat real quick. It went. So that was the highs as it relates to this type of track. So right here, you got the kick, you got the snare, you got the other snare that fills in the kick and the snare, then you got the highs. The last thing that you would put on something like this is the tambourine. Now the tambourine would just mix in with the second snare and the hi-hat, and it would all have like this percussion type of sound. And that was common in the early 90s when it came to like these type of tracks. So the tambourine was pretty simple.
It's almost slow new jack.
When you
think about it, it's a swaggier version of New Jack.
So would you consider that the reggae New Jack hip hop?
No, because the way the Island Boys was doing it, it was still a certain sauce.
It was a sauce on it.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's that sauce. You gotta have that sauce. No, you do. You right. So the eyes was like, it was simple. It was simple. So we're gonna do it in. We're gonna crank it. You ready? Let's let me see. Let's put it in work. So this was the tambourine. Crank it. You know, it just give you that. You want, you
like,
know,
you
like
got
you
to
want,
get loose on
you
that,
want wine up on something like that. It just give you that. You know what I'm saying? So next, after you got the drum work, that's all you need with the drum work. Now, next, what you would do is you would put the bass line. Now, everybody knows that. If you don't know, in reggae music or any type of crossover, the bass line is what really makes it. Yeah, so this one, we had actually merged two different type of basses, but it was playing the same thing, and then boom 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 bum ba bum ba 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 bum 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 ba 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 bum bum. Let's hear it, school. And that was it. This was it with the beat. Now we let it ride. All right. Out. All right. So now. You know what I'm saying? Now what we did was, that was a sub bass, and what we did was I added another bass. We call this the courthouse bass. It almost sounds like an upright bass, but it's named courthouse in this in machine. So we added that, we doubled it up, and it gave you. So now it's driving it. It's stronger. You know what I'm saying? Now the next thing we added was the chords. Now the chords for this one, the chords held everything down. When I say held everything down, it gave you your melodic vibe. It gave you that feel-good chord vibe. It gave you the Scoon of it. You know what I'm saying? Because Scoon love chords. You know what I'm saying? If we was to get the chords on the dough, of Scoon, let me hear the chords real quick. What was the chord on it? Oh, my bad. My bad. No, I got you. Yeah, easy. All right, we got it. All right, cool. Back up. Now we got our chords in there. So now that's holding down the background. What we also did was we put a string that was almost like, we call this like it's like a machine string, because it's not acoustic string, it's more digital. So it was like, it kind of rides, and it also had kind of like a phaser on it. So let's hear this one right here. You know what I'm saying? And it was just floating with it, you know what I'm saying? So now we about to hear it with it. My bad. We about to hear it with it. You can go ahead and hit it. So that's how I hear it with it. 1, 2, 3, work. So now that phaser, what you hear with everything, and you hear it bopping, it go like this. Now, as you can see, that's only right here, it's only 4. Nice. No, that ain't even 4. That's bass, 3. Bass, chords, and string. Yeah, that's 3 sounds right there. So after that, what was the cherry on top? There's actually 2 more sounds, but this is the one before the 2. The next jump was not acoustic. The next one was our favorite sound. Pits. You know what I'm saying? And the pitch was just a pluck. Let's say the pluck, Spoon. Just a pluck. Just a pluck, baby. let it rock. Now, this is what takes you to the moon. This is what takes Schoon to the moon.
Schoon to the moon.
So, you ready for that? What was that sound? What was this sound? Hold on, let's find it. This is the sound. Alright, hold on real quick. Now that sound right there took you to the moon, right? So now we about to play it. Alright. 1, 2, 3, work. Alright, out. Now I'm not gonna lie, that was like my favorite sound in this whole beat. Like, if you just let it.
That was an accident sound too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an accident sound. But if you bring the pits in with it. This is like a groove. This is what you call a groove. Because you just play it and you could just let it float and you could just bounce with it and you could just groove with it.
Pop it.
Now, a lot of times, the last and final thing we had on here was the brass hits.
All right.
Bum.
Show you on top.
And a lot of times with these type of Jones, the reggae Jones, they always have either like a trumpet line, a trombone line, brass line. And this was the line that we wanted to put in it to give it that bum. You know what I'm saying? So it's going, let's see what we have right there.
Hey.
Yeah. 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 Now the funny thing about this track is that this is the most funniest thing about this track. So anybody that's been following us for a long time, they would know this melody cry jump. Do the melody cry real quick. So the original melody cry was for this beat.
Exactly.
Was on this beat. So even before that melody cry came out, it was on this beat. And I just made a whole new beat with it. So the melody cry actually goes on this. Come on, let's hit it real quick.
All right.
1, 2, 3, work. To bring it back up top. And then we break it. And then we bring it back. And that was Your Loving Gets Me High. You know what I'm saying? I'm on that track featuring Janae, featuring my big man Shepherd. He's a reggae artist on there. And, you know, I want to tell people, like, when you're producing and you're making music, don't ever feel like you can't get on your own stuff. Because it's like, you know, you can see the vision. Don't let anybody ever make you feel like you're not who you want to be. Don't let the world put you in bondage. You get what I'm saying?
Hey.
You're free when you do what you want to do. You're in bondage when you care about what people think about what you do. You get what I'm saying? So we trying to make everybody free right here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So this is on Retro Soul. You can get the instrumental, stream it on Spotify, link in bio, link in the description. And we made a song called Lovin' Gets You High. My lovin' gets you high.
Hey, go ahead, man.
It gets you way up to the sky. You did. So man, make sure y'all go check it out. And you know, we're gonna be back here with the last track on Retro Soul, which is Peace Your Love. And we're gonna cook that up for y'all next time. So hey, follow us, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and also we're using the audios for these and we're putting it on our podcast channel. So we're gonna get that up. I've been running a little behind with that, but we're gonna get that moving. So check in about a week and everything gonna be up. All the last beats from Retro Soul you see us do, we're gonna put that on the Spotify channel on the podcast. So make sure y'all check that out. It's gonna be in the description as well. But outside of that, Scoon, that's what it do. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
You already know. Till next time, Mone on the Beat, Scoon to the Moon, doing what we do best. That was Retro Soul. Make sure y'all go stream it. We out.